Hi everyone, and thanks for checking out my channel. I'm going to do a quick review on the situation about Bitcoin as we are actually getting near really key point, and that famous 12k resistance zone. Looking at the big picture, of course, I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin, as I believe we are going to break out very soon that huge cup and handle pattern that is actually very likely to make that move continuing above, for the first target to be 20 k, but I think in the short term we might have a look and trying to get some better entry point to actually play that trade. And I'm currently out of all long position on Bitcoin. I'm not shorting it, as I don't believe this is I believe this is way too risky at that level, but also I think we are going to see a short-term correction, and for this, looking at that pattern we're having here, so we are forming slowly a rising wedge. This is a bit more obvious on the 4 hours, just under the 12k resistance. So I believe for that reason, and also that we're having that major divergence on the 4 hours, but that's also showing on the daily here. Not moving that to that point here, but we can see that the momentum is definitely dropping, which is not a good sign. We're also having the quote report, so major short position on this, also record long for the what we're calling the dumb money. So that's definitely not, in my opinion, looking at pushing now for breakout, but what we could get, I believe, as it is quite often the case on Bitcoin, is a false breakout that will trigger potentially some buy orders, but these will not be large funds or anybody major. Retail traders, more likely they will get caught in that bull trap before we get some rejection and go back down, I believe, to 11,400. Now at that level, either we'll see some buying pressure for further accumulation, and another attempt to break above 12k. If we do a strong rejection above 12k, I believe that this is not stopping here, but we are going to see further move down to the next stop, where I'm looking to buy and accumulate long position again, which is roughly above 10k. And I would also, as we look at the divergence, clear up the divergence level that has been initiating on that spike here. So we will be looking at 10k. So I'll feel much more comfortable with this. We would have cleared the divergence, squeezed out all the weak longs position, and start on a much better basis to actually break properly that 12k figure. From here, we are going to accumulate very likely a bit more, potentially bouncing back from here to here for the next coming weeks. We're looking at mid-September. I don't believe we are going to see a proper breakdown for the next leg up before we actually start accumulating. So potentially in September, looking at the bigger picture here, that would look something like this. There will be more resistance, of course, as we move higher. 13k will be the key one to break, but I believe when we'll get the 12k out and cleared up for good, that will be relatively easy. If we take that figure here, short term, just making some sort of a flag. Of course, if we go there, the flag will be invalidated, but I believe the target will still be valid on the breakout. And we're looking clearly to 15,000 as the next big target for Bitcoin. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for the coming days. Potentially having a long entry at that level. Be careful buying on the first pullback. It will certainly got bought up here at 11,400, but that might not be the end of that correction. We could pull further down, of course, to that level. Should we break much lower than here, then we need to look at the graph again, and because that figure here that we're having could actually get challenged, and that will be extremely negative, of course. We still have a bit more room to move. 9,000 until we break lower than 9,000. We should still be safe with the uptrend, not questioning it, but still that wouldn't be a really nice setup. Of course, buying here at 10k and dropping to 9,000, that's almost normal in Bitcoin. It's a 10% drawdown, which is not massive, but should we break lower than 9,000, then we should be careful and not getting caught in some bigger sell-off. So yeah, that's all for Bitcoin. Hopefully that's helpful. Following that in the coming days, and until I get the next update, safe trade, and I speak to you soon. Cheers, bye.